Hey guys, it's Ping with Whiskey Throttle Media, and we're at Glen Helen Raceway today. We got our latest project. This one's my personal bike, so I definitely took a little bit of extra time, threw some extra love into this thing. In honor of my buddy Spencer Luzak, I named it. This is Project Pimp Juice, and it's because it's very blingy. Yeah! And I wanted to have a cool look for it. You know, I don't think there's any secret that I believe this is the bike of the year. I've said very openly, I feel like this is the best production 450 ever made. So really good in stock trim, and I wanted to just pick a few things I felt like we could address. I mean, the suspension, the KYB stuff's killer in stock form. I rode it pretty much all year, completely stock, but I connected with the guys at Olin's and wanted to try some of their stuff, so we threw that on. But really it was about just comfort, making it look good, and giving it kind of a unique look. So here's what we did on this thing. I started with my boys at SKDA. We work closely with these guys. They're just another level in terms of design and quality. And I said, you know, I want to do something that really pops on this thing. And I was kind of looking through their website. They've got a million different options. And I picked something that I like the look of, and I said, can we use this kind of as the basis, these colors, and then tweak it? And the first design they sent me, I'm like, done, greased it, this is it. So big thank you to those guys. We put that over the top of a Chirby's plastic kit from those boys. And this is their Raptor 2 front number plate, which was brand new. This is what Tomac ran all year. It's a really cool design, kind of wraps down, protects the front of your forks. It's a sweet number plate. So if you're looking for replacement stuff, a Chirby's is awesome. ODI, bars and grips, kind of our standard. I like the RC bend and the lock-on half waffle grips. And then we did a seat concept seat. These things are just so comfortable. Got a little gripper on it. I also have some Lightspeed carbon fiber. Willie over there just always makes the coolest looking stuff. So we got the front disc guard, the full skid plate, which protects your oil filter and water pump and all that. It's a really good one-piece system. Nihilo Concepts, we got really cool frame tape. I love that they can customize stuff. They threw our logo on there and any color you want, whatever. Lever grips, grip donuts. They make rad stuff. Also, our axle blocks are from Nihilo Concepts. And that's really kind of the aesthetics. Performance, just for the motor, like I said, this thing is so effective, stock. We just threw a Pro Circuit T6 exhaust on. We have been trying this year to keep budgets down, just knowing that the economy is what it is. And obviously we do a lot of bling that you don't have to have. We just like our stuff to look cool. But the T6, same performance as a Tie 6, just not quite the weight savings is all, but still looks trick. We got the blue stickers, so if you have a Cowie, you can get them in green, yellow, red, whatever you want, depending on your bike brand. That's a pretty cool feature. We did a Hinson cover, but it's just a cover, stock clutch. It's worked great for me. I haven't had any issues with the stock clutch all year. One of the things we did do that was a little over the top, we connected with our boys at Race Tech Titanium. And I didn't do the whole entire kit, but I did some of the dress up stuff. So you can see the bolts here on the radiator shroud and panel with the little drilled aluminum washers, or not aluminum, but titanium washers. It's so clean looking. The stuff around the clutch cover. I've got some other pieces. All of the hardware on the rotors and on the sprocket is all titanium from Race Tech. Those guys make the most high quality, sexiest nuts and bolts and washers you've ever seen. So if you guys are looking to drop some weight on your bike, if you run axles, they have the mounts for the foot pegs, they have everything, every single nut and bolt on this bike. You can drop 5, 6, 7 pounds. It's pretty significant. I didn't do all of it because this bike goes back before too long, so I will try to throw all that onto our 24. But it's really cool looking stuff. There's just something sexy about titanium, a little shinier, a little different tone to it, and much lighter. So really stoked on the Race Tech Titanium, guys. Check those guys out. And then really the big addition to this is suspension. This is Olin stuff. We did an Olin's test with these guys. This is the same shock, exactly same settings. And then I had the stock externals with the Öhlins kit dropped inside. They did get us some externals, so they just basically put that same kit into these externals. They're obviously coated, so a little bit less friction. And man, you just feel the difference from stock to this is just a little bit more calmness and stability. So if I'm coming down a hill, especially here at Glen Helen is where I notice it, and I'm get into a bump or land into a bump and I'm expecting it to kind of react, this thing's just Cadillac right through it. And it really builds your confidence because you go, oh, it's gonna just stay quiet through all this. I can come in a little hotter and a little hotter. And then pretty soon you're like, man, I can really charge into stuff. So there is a difference. The stock stuff's great. This is phenomenal. Really, really happy with this Öhlins suspension. So if you're in the market, man, try to connect with them and have a look at it. Really neat stuff. And then one other thing I want to mention before we talk about just how it was on the track are these wheels. I went to John Anderson at W. I said, bud, I don't want to do blue or black or silver rims like everyone does that. I just want to do something different. What can we do? Can we anodize a silver rim? He goes, yeah, you know, we'll try it. What color do you want to do? And I said, let's do like a gunmetal gray. So these came out this way and he was so pumped on them. He goes, man, these look good with a red hub or a chrome hub. You can do anything with it. So this is maybe the coolest set of wheels I've ever seen. We're calling it the Whiskey Throttle Gray. Hit up W, tell them that's what you're after. They can make more of these. So it's as simple as anodizing the silver rim and then installing them. So lastly, we filled this thing up with some Motul motor oil, chain lube, Motul products we use exclusively on our builds, and we hit the track. And I'll tell you, it really just, the changes we made to this thing just kind of enhanced it. The Pro Circuit exhaust is a little louder. I started using earplugs when I ride and it really helps. Just as your bike is louder and there's other bikes on the track, for me, kind of helps me focus in. And the power is just a little bit broader. Doesn't feel like it made it, you know, much faster or harder to ride in any area, but as you dial it on, it kind of pulls maybe a little harder through the middle and then just revs a little farther than the stock exhaust would. So just kind of smeared the power out a bit, and nothing wrong with that. I don't have any complaints on that at all. Looks really good, sounds nasty. The suspension, like I said, is just so confidence inspiring to me. I'm still kind of learning how hard I can push it because I'm old and I definitely try to stay within my limits, but I'm just realizing with this stuff, I can go in faster into the bumps and not have to worry about it. So still evolving with it, but it works so great. And all the other stuff was really just comfort. You know, these half waffle grips, I did the soft compound, just really nice on my hands. My lever grip, just everything feels comfortable to me. It is such a fun bike to ride, and everything we did to it was kind of just, a lot of it was aesthetic, let's be real honest here. We're trying to make a cool looking bike that sort of enhanced the stuff that we liked about it, and we liked everything about it already. So definitely an improvement on the suspension, slight improvement with the exhaust, and it's just everything that I love about the bike plus, right? So stoked on it. Tires work great. This 34, I keep riding with it more and more, and definitely better side grip, definitely better straight line braking and acceleration. So everything about it is just awesome. Maybe one of my favorite builds I've ever done. Of course, I love the 2-strokes that we do, but as far as 4-stroke builds, this might be one of my favorite bikes, and we didn't do a ton to it. If you really break this down to what we've done, it's suspension and exhaust, and that's the only performance things, you know. We do have a Pro X air filter in here. We got rid of the cage. That is one other thing that we did. And we use ETS race fuel, which again, not necessary, just cleans it up, gives you a little bit better throttle response and a little more horsepower. It's just pour in horsepower. So anyway, thank you to all the sponsors involved in this one. It was a lot of nights. I was working nights at the fire station getting this thing put together, and a lot of hours at home, and stoked to have it out here. It was everything I hoped it would be. So SKDA, thank you for your design and vision. Pro Circuit, Öhlins, Acerbis, all these guys, man, Seat Concepts, thanks so much. I love working with you guys. Hope you guys enjoyed the build. We got more coming, stick around.